you 24 weeks pregnant tomorrow?
24 is the week of viability, too.
No. So you could have this baby tomorrow.
Turns out, milk glands go all the way up.
Whoa.
So my top one...
You have a pity.
I have a pity.
You stuck a needle up that thing? Would milk shoot out?
I don't know. I hope not.
Abby looks at me dead in the eyes and says, "There's pee running down my leg."
There's a puddle.
There's a puddle on the floor. I didn't know that grown women could pee their pants so much. Hey, before we get started, if you guys could please smash that like button and hit subscribe. It does so much help for our podcast. Gets the word out. So we'd really appreciate it. And now, on with the episode.
It's a boy!
Surprise! We are very, very stoked.
You know what's funny?
Yes.
I
What?
feel like I'm always on the podcast divulging comments that I see. I swear I really don't read a lot of comments. It's like a self-preservation thing.
Yeah.
But I saw a comment that said you can see in his eyes that he is disappointed. He really wanted a girl.
I saw that one. I saw
No.
that was so funny. That was on the TikTok, I think, of us finding out. And what's funny is I really was at a spot where I'd be so excited either way. I was just convinced though that it was a boy. So I think I wasn't super shocked because I knew somehow.
No, I would have been thrilled to have a girl, but I knew it was a boy so much, and I really kind of wanted a boy. I feel like that's kind of I feel like it's taboo to kind of say your preference, but I kind of wanted another boy just because our babies are so close in age.
Yeah.
I was like, it would be so fun if they just had a built-in little best friend.
Oh my gosh, 2 little boys.
Not that a boy and a girl couldn't have, brother and sister couldn't
But
have
it's
a great
just
relationship.
different, right? I think
Of
brothers,
course.
you just bond a certain way with your brothers. And I know that bond because I have brothers. I have an older brother and a younger brother. And so I'm so freaking stoked for Griffin.
I know, we kind of were wanting a boy, truthfully.
Yeah, I guess,
so then
yeah.
when someone said that, I was like, that's hilarious. Which is also funny because at the end of the video we shared, I realized I said, we're going to try for another baby. And it's not because I'm I have to have a girl, because I could easily see us having all boys, and I'm totally thrilled about that. It's just because it's I know I'm not done having babies yet.
It'd be sweet to have 2 or 3 older brothers and then a little girl for them to protect.
I know.
You know?
We keep talking about this recently. I'm why do I feel like we're going to have 3 boys and then a girl?
But if we adopt, though, we can just choose. We can just make sure that we're having a little girl if we adopt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like you've been switching up what you want to do.
Did you put Vaseline all over your hands?
I did.
Matthew?
We live in Arizona. It's the desert. It's very
Can
dry.
you just use hand lotion? That never rubs in.
Vaseline is so much better than hand lotion, though.
Oh, it grosses me out. I hold your hand.
I put it on my lips, too. It's the best stuff. It's seriously
It's
the best.
fine on your lips. Keep doing it on your lips. But the hands, it's just too much.
Really?
Sorry. Continue
It
with your
makes my
thought.
hands feel way better.
What were we talking about? You're if we adopt a little girl.
No, I mean, I think it's funny now that we've had 2 babies, or we're about to have a second baby. You've kind of been changing your mind, I think, in a way, because we had discussed if we have 4 kids, we'll just adopt 2 and make 2. And now I think you're wanting to.
I think it's my hormones.
It definitely is the hormones.
They just are reproduce, Abby. They just keep making me want to repopulate this world.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't have those hormones. I don't
know
know why.
It's not because I love being pregnant. It's because I love having babies.
And I will say something. It's probably in my hormones as a man.
I'm about to cry.
Oh, really? Oh, it's okay.
I feel like you're gonna. Yeah. It's just the thought of not having another baby. It's makes me so sad.
I don't have those hormones, which is kind of funny. I can't
normal.
relate. I can't relate to you being I want to keep making them. To me, I'm wow, two boys is going to be so amazing and so much fun. And I truly am content in the idea of just let's just have 2 boys and that'll be it.
Well, don't get me wrong. I am content, and I feel so blessed and so thankful to have the family that we do have. I think it is the hormones, but then it's also just I don't know. I never had these crazy career aspirations in my life. I think at one point I did want to be an actress, and that was that was so cool. But then once something switched in me where it was I always say it's when I fell in love with you. Something switched, and it was I just want a family.
Yeah.
And so then to think that stage of my life could be done when that was what I wanted, that was my life goal.
Totally.
Not that it doesn't continue, but it's just this is the part where they need you the most. It's the thought that could be done. It just breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be, right, Matt?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
We're not. We're not. You're saying we're not going to be done after 2?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Oh my gosh, you're breaking my heart.
I know. Okay, here's the deal. Our life has changed drastically. Like I'm talking drastically over the past like 3 years, and I would have never in a million years could have like guessed 3 years ago what our life would look like right now. So
No, I totally
me trying
agree.
to like conjure up some idea of what our life's gonna look like 3 years from now is I think silly. Because
And
I
here's
just
the thing,
don't know.
I'm saying this
I
now.
have literally no idea.
Let me have the 2 kids and have like a newborn and a 13-month-old and then
Yeah.
get back with me and I'll probably say something different. I'm fully content with like moving forward with the thought of like we'll probably have another, but like it's not like set.
Yeah, like what if we reconvene in like
Let's reconvene in a couple years.
A year or two.
Yeah, a year or two.
A year and a half. A year and a half.
Year and a half, we will reconvene.
But I definitely think no matter what, if we do ever try for another one, I think we should wait 2 years because I think we just need to like
Physically, my body needs to recuperate.
Yeah, I think you need you just need time for yourself, and then also I think we need time for
I will
us.
have no time for myself with 2 little babies.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
But with your parents.
No, we're gonna get into everything.
Oh,
so let's
I can't get into that. Wait, I did want to say one other thing though.
Okay, what?
It's funny you mentioned the career aspirations because I still have these like dreams of mine. Like I would love to make music. I would love to produce
yeah.
music and try to give it a shot at
And
being,
I think there's
at
nothing
being
wrong
an
with
artist.
that.
And like I have other dreams like that. Like I love creating. I like making videos. Like I want to keep making videos
And
until
you
I'm
should.
75. Like I
Whoa.
love it so much. Well, I mean, and even if it's just like not as extreme right now because we put out a lot of videos right now. Like we put out a lot of
Yeah, we
content,
do.
but maybe it'll slow down in the future. But I really enjoy creating. It's
No,
really
and
fun
I
for me.
fully
And I
believe-
love. Can I say this? I love being a dad and getting to create. Like I think both and being a husband. I think all that is so much fun. But I guess for me, like I know you could be perfectly content like only being a mom and like just being like psh, career stuff. See it, right? Isn't that kind of like your
100%.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I think you can fully invest in your career and you can be an amazing parent.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that
Oh,
you have
totally.
to choose. For me, it was just like, yeah, I think that's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a point where I was like, I just want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. Do you still
I
want to
don't
be?
say just.
Do you want to be a stay-at-home mom?
I don't know because I think I actually don't. Like I
Yeah.
do think that I am able to be a better mom when I'm not spread so thin like always with the kids or kid. But I want to spend a majority of my days and I want to be the
Yeah.
one like even when we have people over for help like my hand's so much in
Yeah.
it like I'm kind of controlling.
Yeah.
I need to chill a little
And
bit.
look, like you obviously got to do whatever's best for you. But at the same time, you're so good at making videos, and you're such a naturally talented creator.
Oh no, I was thinking I would
that-
get a job at like a coffee shop or something. I always tell Nat this. Like I
Oh,
think
excuse me.
that I would truly enjoy that because
Just being a barista. Like,
not just being a barista, I think that's an amazing I don't know.
like you want to do that though.
No, I want to do it so bad because I love making coffee. I love being around people.
Yeah.
And I love having like busy tasks.
And I was like,
And
Abby,
I don't want to over glamorize that because I know there are people that do that job and they're like, okay, I'm so
Yeah.
burnt out by this. But maybe it's just because of the stage of life I'm in right now. I'm like, it just sounds so nice to get out of my house and be around people and like.
But I think it's
be
so funny
busy.
because like I tell Abby, I'm like, Abby, you could literally start your own coffee shop. Like you could
I want to.
promote it on your social media and people would love that. Like it'd be so cool. But Abby is like, no, I just kind of I want to
wanna
work.
be an employee.
I want to be an employee
Yeah.
at a coffee shop.
100%.
And it's just funny how like our interests are so vastly different. But I think that's what almost makes us work because we're such different people.
I think
that
we're
it's
working all right.
Opposites attract.
We're not opposites though. We are a lot
There's
like.
some things that we are opposites on.
Well,
like,
yeah.
like stark opposites.
And I think that being in a partnership, it has made us pull to the opposite side
Yeah.
because it's like we're like subconsciously trying to balance each other out.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that's how marriage should be, I think.
Yeah, that is how marriage should be.
But I don't think we should be pushing against each other. which
Yeah, we need
do
to work as a team.
sometimes.
Yeah, I like working as a team, and I think you're hilarious and funny, and you fill in like all the gaps that I have. You're way funnier than me. You're so freaking hilarious.
I don't think so.
I think you're hilarious.
I think you're hilarious, Matt Howard.
Yeah, and I think you're hot and I'm ugly.
Oh, shut up. We all know that you think you look good.
No, I think you're very attractive, though. I think you're a very pretty woman.
Well, thank you.
Seriously, you're very pretty. And you're very cute. And also, can I just say this?
Gosh.
Abby has the most precious voice in the world. Like, her voice is so unique. And sometimes we'll get some a-holes on, like, comments that'll, like, say something mean about Abby's voice. And I'm like, I don't understand what's wrong with these people. Like, what? How could they think that her voice isn't the most precious thing, the most precious sound in the world?
People have a point. Like, I fully can't help it.
Yeah.
It does make me seem younger. Like, it's like a juvenile sounding voice. But what am I to do about that?
It's also when you're ordering at, like, the drive-thru.
It gets higher.
Your voice gets higher.
I think it's because I'm talking louder.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that
You're
why when I
precious.
yell at you, sometimes you laugh at me? Because it gets
Probably,
so high-pitched?
yeah. That's probably why. And also because I think it's also sometimes, like, it's like Griffin. Like, Griffin will be, like, crying, and then he'll laugh, like, 2 seconds later. It's like the emotion change is so severe, so rapid, and so quick. And so sometimes Abby will, like, go 0 to 100, and then I can't stop. I can't help myself from laughing because the change in emotion.
Are you talking about yesterday morning? Or no, that was
What
Saturday
even happened
morning.
yesterday morning? I have no idea.
I started crying.
I can't. Oh, you did?
Because I didn't go to the gym.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that normal? Do women cry because they want to go to the gym so bad, but then something gets in their way? Because, like, that's Abby. If Abby can't go to the gym, she will literally cry.
It's my me time. It's like if I am robbed of my me time, then I'm upset about that.
That is good that you like to go to the gym so much because it reminds me, I'm like, oh, frick, I probably should go work out. Like, I would not be as disciplined to work out if it weren't for you.
It's kind of annoying, though. Like, you have the type of body where... Like, I don't work out to look a certain way, clearly, because I'm also pregnant. So it's like, I'm not going to...
Yeah.
What am I really working for, you know?
Yeah.
But I do it purely to feel good and
Yeah.
to, like, mentally feel good. But, like, you can physically look good without doing literally anything.
Thank you. I think you look really good. Like, when there was
Okay,
a time...
this isn't a compliment fest.
Okay, sorry. We need to move on. What were we gonna talk about? The gender reveal? The party?
Hey, what were you about to say, though?
Finding out? I was just gonna say that there's been times where you haven't worked out for a while and your body looks freaking awesome.
Thanks, Matt.
Like, freaking great.
Well,
I'll stop it there because we got to keep this podcast PG-13.
okay, moving right along. So let's talk about finding out the gender of baby number 2.
Ooh, okay.
So, the day really did, I said this, it felt like a baby number 2 moment for sure because we were rushing out the door and, like, almost late for the
Oh,
appointment.
yeah. We vlogged this whole day, by the way. It's on YouTube. It's on our YouTube channel, so you guys can go watch that if you want.
Yeah, and it was so fun watching that back after it was already posted.
Yeah.
That always gives me grief because I watch our YouTube videos after they're already posted.
I spend all this time making sure the videos are perfect, and then my own wife doesn't even watch the videos.
And sometimes I don't
Until
even...
I'm like, Abby, go watch her video. It's posted on our YouTube
But
channel.
it was really sweet to go back and look at that day because it was such a precious moment. So, okay, we were running out the door. I'm, like, doing my makeup in the car. And we're just, like, I feel like in that moment we were so sure it was a boy.
I don't know.
But then actually,
I knew, but then I was getting... I felt the same way that I felt last year. Because last year, I was getting second thoughts. I feel like I knew for sure it was a boy. And then the day of, I was like, wait, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been thinking something that's a lie this whole time.
And
like,
I kind of thought it was a boy more so just because I think it's mostly an old wives' tale. But, like,
Oh,
symptoms-wise, pregnancy-wise... My symptoms have been the same as with
all
Griffin.
that stuff that's bogus, though. All that stuff, none of it's actually based in science.
I feel like if that could be the one that isn't, though.
Really?
Your symptoms?
There's no science based on... Like,
If you can base it on a previous pregnancy, I don't know.
I don't know. I think if people ran tests and they found a scientific trend in any of those old wives' tales, then it would actually be a metric for measuring those things, but it's not. Like, there's a reason it's called an old wives' tale because it's bogus. It's all made up. It's kind of fun, though. It's still fun to do it.
It is fun.
Yeah, it's fun to do it.
And so I think the same thing happened. Like, we knew in our hearts it was a boy, but then in our heads we were like, obviously it's 50-50, so... I found myself looking at girl names the night before and like...
Yeah, and we had a really sweet girl name that almost made me cry that we had picked out.
So I guess we'll just have to use it someday. But
Gosh, I love that name.
Really?
Yeah, it's really sweet.
I do too.
Speaking of the name, we picked out. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead, but we picked out a name, and now like yesterday, Abby like came up with a new name after we announced the whole name to our family. And are we gonna change the name? Like, is that something you're actually wanting to do?
No, I feel emotionally connected with that
Okay.
name with the baby. Don't you
Okay.
think?
I think so.
See, like right now, I'm like freaking out.
Yeah, I like the name of our baby.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep it.
Okay. So
Anyway.
maybe we shouldn't announce it on the podcast because we're still kind of like iffy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Let's keep it.
We
a little
did tell
secret.
our family
We'll just
name,
make it
though.
our little secret. Only our family knows the name, and some of
We're
our friends.
getting ahead of us.
Anyway.
Ourselves.
Yes.
But we are at the appointment. It was like a double appointment, so I did the sonogram first, and so sweet seeing the baby. This baby's a little bit harder to see than Griffin was because of the placement of the placenta.
Oh yeah.
This pregnancy, the placenta is anterior, so it's like
on the front. Right?
it's in the front. So usually the placenta's towards your back, and now it's on the front.
And Abby's been getting a lot of back pain.
I don't know if that's
that.
just a coincidence or if that is why I'm having the back pain.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like the placenta was cushioning your back before, and now there's no placenta, so the baby's just freaking whacking around.
Yeah.
You know, whacking your
I will
bones.
say this baby is in a completely different position than my first pregnancy with Griffin because I was feeling all these kicks in my ribs and baby was so high up. Now I feel them in my hips and mostly my bladder. And less kicks because that's the thing about having an anterior placenta is that you don't feel the kicks as much. So the sonographer...
Sorry, I'm just stuck on the bladder thing. Can we talk about you peeing your pants?
Sure. Let's just dive right in.
That's been shocking, actually. Like, I didn't know that grown women could pee their pants so much.
You don't hear people talk about
People
that?
don't really... I didn't know people talked about that. I feel like it's kind of taboo. Like, people don't
I
really
don't
come out and
care.
just say, like, I'm pissing my pants all the time because I'm pregnant and I can't control my bladder. And especially Abby being on baby number 2 so close to the first pregnancy, like, your bladder is just uncontrollable.
I know, and I had all those people telling me to do pelvic floor therapy. I was like, ma'am, I can't do it while I'm pregnant right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I could.
Oh, you can?
You can, but it's like, why?
Didn't you go to a pelvic floor
Yes.
therapist one time? And
Did
I've
it
help?
been there and I've done that,
Did
and
it
it
help?
was so uncomfortable. It was in their house.
Really? And they're just kind of putting their fingers
No,
up
like
there
for those of you that don't know, pelvic floor therapy, I think it's great. And I mean, my personal experience wasn't great. Like,
Yeah.
it was in this person's house, and they are sticking
Are they sticking
their
like
fingers.
their fingers just inside of you?
Yeah, and feeling around.
No.
And she was giving me weird feedback. I was like, I don't know.
And are they
like,
having you like
they were having
push
me like
and
push
squeeze and
like
stuff?
and squeeze
I
and
feel-
like
isn't that
with their
something-
fingers in you.
That has to be something that I could do. If there's any
Okay,
sort of
Matt, no, we're not talking about this. So I was at this person's house. It was kind of uncomfortable. I know you can go to like a medical location and do this.
I'm sure there's probably people that do this that are great. But from your experience,
I think the issue was my fault and the timing I went to the pelvic floor
why?
therapist.
Oh, because you're too far along.
I think I should have gone postpartum rather than earlier in the pregnancy.
So it does more good going postpartum.
I think I went early in the 3rd trimester. But I think the real work of pelvic floor therapy has to happen postpartum.
That would make more sense.
And I didn't do that in those 4 months where I wasn't pregnant. And so then it's like now I'm wrecked down there.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy though is that in those 4 months between the 2 pregnancies, I wasn't peeing my pants.
Really?
It was only until I was pregnant. And the baby is not even like huge.
Really?
Yeah.
That is very
I
interesting.
think this baby's fully on my bladder.
Dude, you've been peeing your pants, I want to say, like at least like 4 times a day. Like it's been maybe even more than that.
I'm wearing a bladder leak pad.
Do you think
Thank you,
it's more?
Poise bladder leak pads.
we did an ad for this company that makes these bladder leak pads. And Abby
Poise,
wasn't-
everyone's heard of Poise.
Oh yeah, Poise. Okay, but like we did an ad for them on our YouTube channel. And we just had like all these pads laying around because at the time you weren't really peeing your pants.
I was using them more for
period stuff? No, you didn't get your period. You never
just
got your-
like postpartum bleeding.
Yeah. But now like we luckily have the stockpile of pee pads because Abby's using them now.
Yeah, before the only time I'd pee my pants is if I laughed really hard.
Oh.
Now it's like
No, it's like every day.
it
Like,
could
it's-
be a cough, a sneeze, you like tickled me or something.
Really? Yeah, if Abby laughs really hard,
It's just pee.
like no, it's just like coming out like everywhere. Like you have to change your pants.
Sneezing. Did I already say that?
One time, this is the funniest part. Can we
No,
say this?
I know. Yeah,
On
you
the
have
cruise,
to tell this.
on the cruise, Abby like looks at me dead in the eyes and says, "Matt, there's pee running down my leg," and I'm like, "No, you're
And
kidding."
he looks. There's a puddle.
There's a puddle on the floor.
And then, right then, a sweet person that views our
Oh
videos.
my gosh.
Thumbs up, and they ask for a picture. Meanwhile,
There's a puddle of pee on the floor.
I have pee dripping down my leg, and there's a puddle. I literally felt so vulnerable. I was like, we have to just run away.
And you were sick, and then you got me sick. I'm sorry. I keep coughing on the podcast because I'm still like getting over being sick.
And now Sweet Griffin.
Yeah, I think we got Griffin sick, which sucks. But yes, pee puddle on the floor.
And this girl, I still took a picture with her.
And we took a picture with this girl with this pee puddle on the floor.
And then we just ran away. I feel so bad, but I wasn't gonna tell the person like maybe that's
hopefully
bad.
they didn't step in the pee. I didn't pay close enough attention to see if they
like
stepped in the pee puddle. It wasn't like a massive one. We're talking about like
a tiny puddle.
maybe like a 2 inch. No, it was probably like solid like 3 or 4 inches.
I tried not to look.
In diameter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diameter. Yeah.
And I'm peeing my pants.
But
okay?
Abby, dude, that's been wild, and I'm proud of you to not be afraid to talk about it because I'm sure there's other women out there.
I don't really see why it's that embarrassing.
Yeah. What's funny is so many of the embarrassing things in life, like everyone goes through and everyone experiences. So it's more fun to like laugh at yourself and then just like talk about it because everyone does embarrassing crap all the time.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of funny though. It's also just because like I'm a mom, like I had babies, I'm pregnant, so it's like it's happening. So,
that's right.
But I just like never thought, jumping jacks. That's
Dude.
Workouts in general. I just keep peeing.
You keep peeing during the workouts,
depending on the movement.
Really?
Yeah, anything jumping is
Okay.
gonna make that happen.
Freak.
So back to the doctor's appointment. The sonographer tells us that she was like, "Have you been feeling very many kicks?" And I was like, "Honestly, I feel like I felt a lot more my first pregnancy at this point." And then she's like, "It's because of the placenta," and we like kind of like learned about that. I don't really think there's any risks that come with that.
Yeah, I
think it's just like it's either in the front or the back.
Yeah.
And I think it's more likely to be in the back, but it's not a problem if it's in the front. Anyway, and so then she like tells us about that. We see the baby. The baby had his hands like by his face.
So
and at
precious.
this point, I was like pretty certain it was a boy.
Dude, why did I just like looking at the baby, couldn't even see like the private parts to know if it was boy or girl, but I was just like, that's a boy. And then like in my head, I was like, why am I saying that? Like I literally have no idea. I'm looking at a skeleton of a human and I'm just basing a skeleton off of if it's a boy or girl.
And they're really bony at that point.
Yeah.
So it really was like a skeleton.
Yeah.
I don't know how those sonographers don't ruin it for people that are like wanting to be surprised.
Yeah.
Because like I would have
Well, I think
accidentally
they ruined
slipped.
it for our brother and sister-in-law.
But see, yeah, we can actually. So they
That kinda
they
sucks.
told our brother and sister-in-law. Well, like on the screen, it said one gender, and then later on, she used a pronoun that was the opposite gender, and then they said it got really awkward, and she's like, "I mean they."
Wait, what?
So then now they're just having this mind game of like, was it the gender that was on the screen, or was it the gender
had to be the gender
that
on the
she
screen.
said?
Had to be. Why would they put the wrong gender?
But
on
it
the
could
screen?
have been just like auto-generated or something. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. Maybe hold up. What if the person that was doing the
That's the other
sonogram
thing I thought.
saw saw it on the screen and then was like, "Oh frick! I need to confuse them so that they don't know the gender of their baby because they don't want to find out until the birth." And so then they said the wrong gender on purpose just so they could then say they to throw them off again. That's what happened. That had to be what happened.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But anyway, yeah. So
So then I'm like thinking it's a boy. But then I
yeah.
have to wait and do a whole like appointment at that point, which I don't even remember what they did. I think they just measured my belly and checked the heartbeat.
Yeah.
All I was thinking about at that point was like, we're about to find out. We're about to find out.
Yeah.
So we left the regular doctor's appointment. And then, which by the way, my nurse practitioner is leaving, which is
That's
sad
so
because
sad.
I love her so
She's
much.
the sweetest.
She's the best. But
Love that lady.
dang.
Yeah.
And so that was my last appointment with her.
Frick.
Sad. And then we head to the car, and I had to go to the bathroom so bad again, but you know what? I held it.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom and you held your pee, and that was pretty impressive given the fact that you've been peeing your pants. So
Well, I
great
had
work.
already peed during the appointment because they have you pee in the middle of the ultrasound before they do because they do the ultrasound on the belly and then they do the internal.
But did you notice that when I read the gender off of the card. I found out
I
before
love
Abby
doing that.
and I told Abby the gender of her baby, and I thought it was funny. Well, I thought it was funny that like I tried to throw you off. I like tried to like react like all shocked like it wasn't actually a boy because we were convinced
I can
it was
read
a boy.
you like a book, Matt Howard.
So
Do you think I was going to fall
You knew
for
that I was acting?
Yes.
You did?
100%.
No, you believed it.
No, I didn't.
Go look back at the video. No, she totally fell for
No,
it.
I said boy.
Oh my gosh.
I said it's a boy.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, well, what our ultrasound tech did was she put like a little picture of the private parts.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then a little card that said it had like muddy shoes on it, and then inside it said, "What does it say?
Snakes and snails and puppy dog tails. That's what little boys are made of.
That's what it said.
You did not know. Like you had to.
As
I
we were saying
remember
it,
that.
I was remembering it.
Yeah.
And so they did like something super cute, and not every doctor's office does that, so that was really sweet. And Matt told me, and I got emotional again just because it more than anything, it just brings you closer to your baby.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, like it's kind of like a bonding experience where you feel like you know this unborn.
That was the coolest thing. Is I felt very bonded to our son right then and there, especially because of the fact that we picked out the name about 15 minutes later for our baby. And yeah, I felt so connected, and now I still feel very connected. Like I really see them as the individual that they are, and before it was just kind of like this unknown idea or thing. Like it didn't feel as real, but now that we know the gender and have a name picked out, our baby boy feels extremely real to us.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool.
Something we didn't show in the vlog is that we went to brunch afterwards, which that has kind of become like a fun little tradition for us after like OB appointments or like baby appointments is we'll go to brunch.
Get brunch.
Went to a new brunch place. You got some churro.
Churro, was it French toast? I think it was the churro
French toast.
You guys, unbelievable. If you're ever at a breakfast place and they're offering you churro French toast with ice cream, you just have to say yes. Or a cinnamon roll pancake.
We got that.
Both of those.
Benedict. It's our little tradition at a brunch. We love getting brunch, and we always get a sweet option and a savory option, and we split them both.
But you know what we never do? We never get alcohol, which you obviously can't have alcohol since you're pregnant. But I feel like that's been a good habit because you say you don't spend as much money, and then I feel like
what alcohol are you getting for breakfast? I guess a mimosa.
Mimosas. But no, then you save money, and then you can go out to eat more because like alcohol makes your bill go up by like 50%.
Yeah, like we went on a date on Saturday night, and it was $47 just because we got water.
Yeah.
Anyway, so fast forward.
Yeah, well, first we told a lot of our friends that couldn't make it to the gender reveal. So we told our friends Dallin and Bella, Mike and Ashley, Caleb and Abby. Caleb and Abby, our brother and sister-in-law, couldn't make it to the gender reveal, which is funny because like our whole entire families were at the gender reveal, just not the family that lives in Arizona with us.
Yeah, which makes sense because then they'd have to travel.
We'll have to post some of those reactions. I don't think we ever posted Dallin and Bella and Mike and Ashley's reactions.
Which Dallin was a little turd. Did you see on the Instagram picture? He said that paint looks so pink.
Yes.
He fully knew it was a boy at that point.
Okay, we did so many like little things to throw people off. It was hilarious. But no, the
paint was unintentional though.
Oh, yeah, true. Because we did, okay, what Abby's referencing, we did this photo shoot to announce the gender to our Instagram followers.
And it was a black and white photo.
Yeah, well, we posted initially a black and white photo to like tease everything because we didn't want people to know the actual gender yet. We let people know that it was coming.
But the photo really did make it look pink.
It did.
Because it was so light.
Yes.
I did not do that on purpose. I just picked out a baby blue.
Yeah.
But the blue just happened to be so light that it just like appeared pink when it was in black and white. Yeah. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
So we did tell our friends before we left. I forgot that.
Yeah.
And
we'll post those.
All those people pretty much guessed right. They knew. They were around us. They got the vibe.
Well, no, they didn't. Mike and Ashley guessed girl.
Well, they changed their guess last second.
They did.
They were thinking boy the whole time, then they changed it.
It's fun to mess with people. It's also really fun when you know the gender, but nobody else does. It's just fun to screw around. Hey, real quick, if you haven't already hit the like button and subscribe, please do that right now. It would really mean the world to us. It actually helps us out a ton. It tells the algorithm to push this episode out to more people. So go ahead, smash that like button, hit subscribe. Thanks for doing it. Okay, now back to the episode.
So we did a gender reveal party, which with our first son, Griffin, we had help with a party planner. So it was like very extravagant for us. I mean, it wasn't crazy.
No, it was extravagant.
It looks the balloon arches, like the marquee letters, like it was extravagant.
It was really sweet. We had a lot of local vendors reach out to us when we moved to Arizona, and they knew that we were expecting a baby.
They just celebrated us.
Yeah, and they were like, we just wanna like throw your gender reveal party. And we're like,
we had a cotton candy maker.
Yeah, so nice of them.
It was so fun, and it was great because Matt and I are terrible planners, so they kind of pulled it together for us, and it was incredible. It was
It was
We felt so
it was
spoiled.
so aesthetic. Like it was definitely a party that we would have never thrown on on our own.
Exactly.
But
It was
this year,
extravagant.
they did an amazing job. But this year we didn't have some fancy bougie like party. It was just kind of thrown together. But I mean, my parents were so kind to open up their home.
Yeah.
They got together some
Oh, so nice.
decorations. Yeah, it was very, very nice of my parents to do that.
So we just ordered food to your parents' house. We ordered Chick-fil-A chicken minis. We ordered
Yeah.
Panera's like pastries and coffee
Yeah.
and bagels. And then your mom made like a bunch of fruit and like
Yeah.
had some little desserts.
Yeah, I think
and drinks.
my grandma brought some fruit too.
Sweet.
But it was really cool. It was interesting because last year it was mainly like friends at the party, not as many family members. We only had like immediate family, and then my grandma, our parents, brothers and sisters, and sister-in-laws and stuff. But this year, we had like everyone from our family, all of our aunts,
Which was
uncles,
so
cousins,
precious.
Griffins, every single one of Griffin's great grandparents was there, which was really, really precious.
Yeah.
And so that was really cool. What would you say, Abby, was your favorite gender reveal? This most recent one or the one from last year?
Oh my gosh, I really can't compare the two because the first is so exciting,
Yeah.
but then the second was just so precious. Like
Yeah.
it was so honestly probably the second just because
Yeah.
it was nice to have everyone that we love so much there.
No,
And
I agree. I think the first was incredible. It was so much fun. And while I don't want to like pick favorites, I would agree that I think the second was maybe even a little more special just because we had all of our family
the
there.
people make the experience.
Exactly. It's like you don't need to have this picture perfect gender reveal if you have everyone that you love there. And sure, I wish we would have had more of our like friends there, and it would have been
Yes.
cooler to have like more people. But the fact that we had like pretty much all of our immediate and extended family made it really cool.
Made it so meaningful.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's true because like gender reveal parties in general are pretty silly when you think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a fun thing, and I'm not doing any baby showers with a second baby, so it's kind
Oh,
of
you're
just
not?
a way. No.
No. Okay.
It's just kind of a way to celebrate this second baby, and I don't think people normally do it with their second. Because
really.
you kind of have all the stuff from the
Yeah, we
first.
do have a lot of stuff.
Now, how greedy are you going to be, you know?
Oh.
And so the gender reveal is just kind of a fun way to celebrate this second baby.
Yeah.
And honestly, who doesn't love any reason to party and get together with your loved ones?
Oh, totally. I mean, look, social media has made gender reveals a thing. I feel like they never existed before. A lot of my family at the party actually said this was their very first gender reveal
Yeah.
ever, which is hilarious. But it was fun just to have everyone together and throw a little party.
Yeah.
And we did it the day before Easter. In the morning because we put it together last minute. So luckily everyone was already in town for Easter. So having like a gender reveal brunch just made it work out.
And let me say, I always think it's so incredible when we have both of our families
Yes.
together.
They
and
mesh so well.
interact, and they mesh so well. It's such a blessing. So if it was just because of a gender reveal party, it's like, oh, well, then I'm happy to throw a silly gender reveal party because it was just so nice to be with everybody
Yeah.
and like have everyone intermingle and know each other. Like, how crazy is it that like my cousins know your cousins so well, and like
Yeah.
I don't know,
It's cool that our cousins know each other.
it's random.
Yeah.
But I
also,
love it.
Also, can we talk about in the gender reveal video, like all of our cousins are saying, "Hi, I'm your cousin once removed."
Yes.
Like we had to learn that day. We're like, what the freak is a
We
cousin
should have
once
just
removed?
said cousin.
I know. I mean, they're essentially just cousins, but I guess
You were getting
technically,
really specific.
but they're not technically, our son's cousin.
I know, our
because
son
our cousins
has
aren't our
no
kids'
cousin.
cousins. They're the cousins once removed, right? That's what it is. But
Yeah.
now I don't know what a second cousin is. I forget. I thought they were second cousins, but they're not. They're cousins once
Well,
removed.
did you know that the search bar on that TikTok was "What is a cousin once removed?"
That's hilarious.
Because so many people were like, "Wait, what is that?"
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so from my understanding, a cousin once removed is a cousin but not in the generation, like not in the same generation. So
It's your
basically
parents' cousins.
Yes. So like all of my cousins are going to be our kids' cousins once removed because they're my kids' parents' cousins, like Griffin's parents' cousins are cousins once removed.
You're confusing me more now.
Did I
I
confuse you?
knew what it was, and then now you said that,
So
and now I'm more
if
lost.
your parent has a cousin, wait, it's this simple. If your parent has a cousin, that's your cousin once removed. Done. Your parents' cousins are your cousins once removed.
Yeah.
Done. That's it. But now I don't know what a second cousin is. I thought that's what a second cousin was.
Yeah, that's what I thought a second cousin
I'm so
was
confused
too.
now.
We'll have to Google that.
And this
Should I
one's
Google
easy.
it?
Your parents' aunts and uncles are your great aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
Anyway, but in the video, no, we had everyone give their guesses, and it seems so stupid, right? It's like, why the freak do we care that much on, like, if it's a boy or girl?
It looked so staged, though, because it was exactly 50-50.
No! Oh my gosh, yes!
13 guesses for girl, 13 guesses for boy.
Yes, we had 26 people there, and that was the craziest part. We realized that once we made the video, I was like, holy frick, we literally had the exact same number of guesses for boy and girl. We did not plan that at all. Like, people just did the random guesses, and it just ended up being 50-50.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I did look up what a second cousin was, and I'm even more confused.
You're even more confused now.
Yeah.
Well, I just, again, remember, people, that your parents' cousins are your cousins once removed.
I think it's your first cousin once removed's kids that are your second cousins.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
So you're
a little family tree lesson.
There we go. Your cousins once removed, if they have kids, those are your second cousins.
Yes.
Now that makes sense in my head. Before I was so thrown off, but now that just makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like the name should be switched, though. I think second cousin.
Exactly.
I feel like whoever made up the names and the definitions should be fired because.
But second would mean the second generation.
They confused me. Yeah.
Anyway, so we had the party. It was a raging success.
It really was.
Everyone was so happy and just having a good time. We ate a lot of chicken minis.
Dude, we ordered $150 of Chick-fil-A chicken minis, and we wiped them out. We had like 10 chicken minis left, and I think my brother ate them after the party.
I know, and I barely ate anything.
Which was shocking because they didn't. Okay, Chick-fil-A. This was actually hilarious. The girl dropping off the catering from Chick-fil-A. We opened the door. And
She's a woman.
She was. She's a woman. She was like, "Holy crap, you're Matt and Abby," and I'm like, "Hey, what up?" And then my mom runs the door because she just like whenever someone recognizes us, my mom thinks it's cool and she wants to like meet them. It's really sweet. I have the sweetest parents. So my mom was like, "Yeah, he grew up here. This is his house." I'm like, "Mom, you probably shouldn't be giving that information out there." but my mom was just excited, and then my dad I think got involved too. And anyway,
which by the way, you can't tip Chick-fil-A catering.
Yeah, we went to go because my parents were like, "Are you tipping the catering?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." And I went to go tip this girl, and she was like, "Sorry, I don't accept tips. It's not allowed in our policy."
And she was gonna get a great tip because we had $100 bills from a throwback from Dallin and Bella's gingerbread house party. If you know our friends Dallin and Bella, they had a Christmas party where they had a competition that we somehow won. Didn't deserve to win.
We won $500.
We won $500.
We never carry cash. I'm like, I never went to go deposit the $500 in the bank. So we just kept giving it away to people. So we gave away $100 one time. I went to Cafe Rio and this girl recognized us from TikTok. And I was like, and she was so nice. And then everyone on their team was really nice. So I was like, you know what? They get $100 tip today. And then we gave it to
the two workers on our cruise.
Yeah, we tipped people on the cruise ship, and then that the girl that was dropping off the Chick-fil-A, we almost gave her $100, but then she said she couldn't take it. So, but we didn't tell her how much money. So I feel like now if she was watching this back, she would have been like, "Oh, freak."
Dang.
But now if we say this out loud though, we no longer have cash and we never carry cash on us. So now I'm like, crap, like that was just kind of like a fun thing to bless people because I was just like, hey,
we just need to go take out more $100 bills for random.
We're running out of money if we keep tipping people $100.
What are we gonna use it for?
I don't know, but it's funny though. Like with cash, I hate cash. Like I just like when I have cash, I'm like I need to get rid of this.
I do wish I had it though, because when people ask for money, I'm like, oh
yeah.
No, but don't have anything.
But if someone is homeless, like I want to give them like food. Because I feel like you don't know if they have like a drug addiction and you don't know if they could go take that money and end up using it on something that wouldn't help them. So
that would hurt them.
I wish we would have like, we need to have like little food bags in our car so that we can give them like something.
I know. We should just keep like pretzel or something that's not going to melt.
Yeah, because I like to donate to charities rather than giving money out to people who are asking for money. Because I think the charities do a lot more good than you can.
I think it's fine to give out money every once in a while, but you do not want to help them hurt themselves if they're dealing with addiction.
Well, I think charities do a good job of like helping getting people back on their feet, getting them job interviews, rehabilitated. Exactly. And so I think donating to those is cool. But anyway,
so the gender reveal party was super fun.
Very, very fun.
And then the next day was just, that whole weekend was crazy. We went to my grandpa's 80th birthday party.
Yeah.
He's a twin. He was on the podcast, so if you haven't seen that episode with Terry, Go back and reference that. He's 80 now,
80.
and he's chipper than ever.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
We got to hang out with his, yeah.
Well, we had an Easter celebration that night of the gender reveal with your family.
We did?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, we had Easter. We celebrated Easter
You had
the day
like a
before.
long nap in between the two events, so it probably felt like a new day for you.
You're right. I did take a long nap. 'Cause I barely slept that night before.
And that was a fun Easter gathering. It
Yeah.
always is. Matt's family get-togethers
We go hard.
are marathons.
We go hard. Yeah.
They are like 8 hours usually.
Yeah, they're fun.
It's sweet. That's why you have such a good relationship with your family.
It's sad, though,
they
because
spend time together.
Now that my uncles and aunts and everyone is getting older, I feel like we don't go as hard. Like, we used to play so many sports games. We'd have full-on football games on, like, Easter and Christmas and stuff. And now that people are getting older, I feel like my uncles aren't, like, as down to, like, tackle each other.
Well, because there were some major injuries at those events.
Oh, yeah. I literally knocked one of my uncle's teeth out one time when I was a kid. Sorry, Uncle Bob, about that.
Yeah, I'd be less eager to play too.
We were playing wall ball, and I elbowed him in the face on accident. I was literally reaching for the ball, but like my hand went up like this, and then I just whacked him in the face, and it literally.
Didn't you have to get like a root canal or something?
Yeah, well, I guess he broke his teeth off getting out of a hot tub when he was in his early 20s, and so I hit those like fake teeth, and then I messed me up deep in his like
pushed it up.
Yeah, and so he had to get like a root canal or something, whatever that is. It was pretty bad. Sorry, Uncle Bob.
I hate dental
I did
work.
that when I was 12. Okay, it's been a long time. It's been 12 years.
Okay, and then didn't somebody else break something?
I think my brother broke my uncle's rib when they were wrestling.
Wait, your Uncle Bob too?
Not Uncle Bob. This is Uncle Brett.
Okay.
So,
good.
if you guys watched our gender reveal video, my Uncle Brett is the one that said he's the greatest uncle. He meant to say great uncle, but he just wanted to do a play on words and say he's the greatest uncle. And Caleb was wrestling him, and he literally cracked one of his ribs. And Caleb's my older brother. So it's crazy. One time Caleb was trying to impress my sister-in-law, Abigail Howard, and we were wrestling in front of Abigail for whatever reason. We were in high school. He was trying to impress his girlfriend, and he picked me up and body slammed me onto the living room floor. I had the wind knocked out of me so hard that I couldn't even breathe for a couple
Did it
seconds.
impress her?
No, she was very upset. She was like, "You're a monster." She was like, why are you chucking your brother on the floor of the living room, you wacko? And I was saying the same thing, but I couldn't even breathe. I was just laying there. I couldn't even breathe, trying to be trying to be mad at Caleb, but I couldn't even get a breath in because I had no air in my lungs.
Then now I guess we just
got off subject. Where the freak are we in this conversation?
I guess we can just talk about where we are now, like how we feel about.
Well, yeah, let's talk about you. How do you feel right now? Because you are. Wait, holy crap! Are you 24 weeks pregnant tomorrow?
Yes.
Holy crap! Wait,
24 is the week of viability too.
No. So you could have this baby tomorrow, and our baby would be fine.
Has a chance of survival.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
That gets kind of morbid. Let's not think about that. But that just means that the baby is pretty developed at this point.
That is crazy.
I'm feeling good. The bump is definitely starting to show a lot.
And we're fast approaching the third trimester. What is
well,
is that
we
the
still
20?
Have a while.
Is that 27 weeks?
Maybe 28.
Oh my gosh, we're less than a month away, essentially.
You know, I feel like just recently I've just been so excited and it feels so real. Like I can totally see, picture how life is going to be. Obviously, I have no idea how I'm going to feel with having two kids. But I will say, yesterday, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, I was opening the drawers in my bathroom and I opened my it's a drawer that's designated to postpartum.
Yeah.
It's the diapers, the Dermaplast, the spray bottles, the squirt bottles.
Gosh, Abby.
And I cannot lie, dread did kind of consume me.
It's okay, remember when you first mentioned those devices? First time around last year.
The Perry bottles?
It was almost like a recovery kit for torture. Is what I could think of. Because you literally have these diapers for all this blood and goop and liquid and just so much. I just don't. I feel bad for you. I really do.
I'd be lying if I wasn't I'm kind of nervous for round two.
Obviously, the reward that you get of giving birth is the most incredible gift you could ever think of. But
I mean, I feel empowered moving into my second birth, but I also feel now, because I know, the nerves are a little different.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more raw in a way.
Did you get that euphoric feeling or whatever they describe after having a baby where you just you like forget, you literally forget about all the pain
No,
and
I
suffering?
did. I did, and I think it like kind of came back.
Really?
Like with this second pregnancy, I like remembered.
I think what freaks me out the most is like, didn't you feel each and every stitch as it went into you, like every
Yeah,
single
but
needle
I
going
can't even
into
tell
you?
you, Matt, that pain has nothing compared to contractions with no epidural and the full Pitocin.
You're kidding.
When I like experienced
So
that,
you like contractions are worse than me taking a needle right now and going in and out of my skin.
100%.
Putting needles like in my skin right now. And
Imagine
just like
an open wound in the most sensitive part of your body.
yeah,
And a needle going in and out of it, and the contractions
or worse.
were worse.
Gosh,
And
I can't
shockingly
imagine.
enough, I feel like pushing was like, it was more intense, but not even as bad as I would take the pushing more.
Will you be getting
Probably
the
because you know it's coming, like you're almost to the end.
Will you be getting the epidural quicker this time?
Yes, I will be getting the epidural quicker this time. Probably. I mean, it all depends on if I get induced again, you know?
What sucks for you is last time they were gonna give you like another round of epidural.
It didn't
Like they were
happen.
gonna like not do the shot again, but just like hit you with some more juice, you know?
Yeah, they didn't
And we
hit me
did
with
it.
the
And right
juice.
before that happened, you gave birth. So you essentially gave birth like without an active epidural in a way.
I mean, I know I still had some in my system, but
But you felt a lot.
yeah. I did.
Because we see other people's birth videos and we're like, oh, that looks
That was
way
so peaceful.
way more peaceful than what Abby went through.
No, it's all good. I will say, I don't know if I actually might be a little bit more nervous this time. But
Really?
what I'm the most like, oh boy, here we go. Like, that's going to be a mountain to climb is the initial breastfeeding.
Ooh.
Because, like, remember how freaking engorged I got?
Yeah.
That was so painful, and it lasted for like, I googled like how long engorged breasts normally happen after like your milk comes in.
Yeah.
It was like maximum 2 days. I had it for way more than
Dude,
2
you
days.
did.
They were like two massive rock hard aliens on me that
Yeah.
were just constantly squirting out milk.
You took a picture.
It hurt so bad. Yeah, I know. I
Took a
had.
picture, and I remember seeing the
show
picture.
people that picture.
You show your like girls.
I could show my
Yeah.
girlfriends that
Yeah,
picture,
I
and
don't
they're
want to
just
be
like, "Oh my gosh."
No guy needs to see that photo. That's only for my eyes.
Well, Matt,
But-
even through shirts though, I felt like I was walking around
No.
with like.
Yeah, I saw the picture recently, and I was so shocked.
It's
like,
painful.
I didn't know that.
Remember my
I didn't
armpit
know boobs
boob?
could get that big. Okay.
Do you remember my armpit boob?
Yes.
They call them pitties.
Yeah, pitties. Pitties. Wait, that's actually the official name.
Well, I think it's a nickname because it's like an armpit.
Pitties.
So wait, actually, I do have to tell this story.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I was
Two
in the
titties
pregnancy.
and two pitties. I'm sorry.
Ew.
That's disgusting. Anyway.
And I know this is actually a very not glamorous part of pregnancy, but I think I was probably about this same stage of pregnancy with Griffin when I noticed my left armpit was like swollen and it was like kind of weird. Like the
Yeah.
way it felt was weird. And so we went into the doctor and they're like, I'm pretty sure it's nothing, but like you should see like a mammographer.
Oh, it's like to get a mammogram. So yeah, mammographer would make sense.
I went and got a mammogram.
Fact check us on that because I don't even know if
And they
that's
just kind of
term.
paw at my breast, and then they like examined the armpit area, and they
Yeah.
did like a ultrasound of my armpit
Yeah.
to make sure it wasn't anything to be concerned about. Turns out, milk glands go all the way up. You know how animals have several udders, like cats and dogs
Yeah.
and cows?
Yes.
Humans have that too, but only one is exposed.
Whoa.
So my top one, and it's happening again. My
Whoa.
armpit's all fluffy again.
You have a pity in your
I
armpit.
have a pity.
But only one pity, not two pitties.
This one's a little bit, but it's
Okay.
mostly this one.
That's crazy.
But remember how bad it got after birth? I have a picture of it. It's like
So
a
if you
donut.
stuck a needle up that thing, would milk shoot out?
I don't know. I hope not. Oh, it's kind of painful too, though.
That is still the craziest concept to me
ugly.
that it's not ugly, but it's the craziest concept to me that you're able to produce milk and feed our baby, and that your body feeds our baby,
I know.
and you're feeding a baby and growing a baby, and also taking care of yourself. Like you're sustaining 3 lives right now. Your one life is sustaining 3. That's insane.
I'm pretty pooped.
That's crazy.
That is the thing. I am pretty tired,
Yeah.
like always. Like when it gets to 9 o'clock. Wait, screw that. When it gets to 7 o'clock, I'm like,
You're out.
That's like the last little stretch before Griffin goes down. I'm like,
Yeah.
dig deep, Abby. We gotta keep going, and
Yeah.
I have to get through it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing though, because like once you put your baby down, like I should go right to bed, but then
Yeah.
I'm like, I want my time. Like I want like a little bit of
Yeah,
like, you know,
totally.
adult interaction.
Yes, adult interaction is important.
And that's why I stay up past.
We need to talk to each other more because we've gotten in the habit of like at night we'll just turn on a movie or a show.
Just
which
the
I get
past
it.
week,
I
you
get
were
it.
sick.
Yeah, I was sick too, and I get it. Sometimes we don't want to talk to each other. We just want to like be
We
together.
talk all day, but not like
Yeah.
about like fun stuff.
Yeah, we should talk about fun stuff more.
Like I want you to ask me how I'm feeling, like every single day, multiple times a day.
I think I did that the other day. I was
When?
like, how are you feeling? I can be better about that. though.
When was that?
I can definitely be better.
When did you say
How
that?
are you feeling, by the way?
You don't want to answer my questions.
When was that? I want to say 2 days ago. Yeah. How are you feeling?
Very vague. I don't remember that. Right now I feel pretty good. I'm really hoping that I can go to the gym after this and get my energy back up. I
Oh, you're going to the gym today.
was hoping to leave around 3.
You are a gym addict, which is a good thing.
I'm
That's
not
a good problem.
addicted.
You kind of are addicted. You love it.
I love it, but does that mean I'm addicted?
You're the type of person that would like be in some sort of race and describe that as fun. You did do a Spartan race and you said it was fun.
I'm not a runner though.
Yeah, but you like the obstacles.
I saw something once and it was like, do people that run know that they don't have to?
Yeah.
And I was like, I really feel that.
Yeah, but apparently there's like this crazy high you get if you're like a
Oh, I
marathon
believe
runner
it.
or something. Apparently you get this wild high. And my buddy Derek Beeston, who ran a marathon this past year, told me the same thing. He's like, dude, it's the most insane feeling and you have to do it. And I'm like,
It has to.
I will never. I don't think you're ever gonna catch me running a marathon. Maybe a half marathon.
No, I couldn't. The most I can do is a 5.
Would you do you would never even do a half?
I could. How many miles is that?
I think you could. That's
12
like
miles?
it's like over 13.
Yeah,
it's
no.
like 13 point.
There's no way I could do
Oh
that.
frick! Is it 13 point?
Nor do I really want to.
13.1.
If I put my mind to it, I probably could, but nah.
I think you see those stickers on people's cars that say like 13.1, and that is.
No, truly,
The
I
length.
don't think I have the aerobic capability.
I think if you train for it, you could do it.
My heart rate is like already so high.
Yeah, you do have a crazy fast heart rate.
But the feelings that I feel, the top feeling, exhaustion.
Yeah.
Second feeling, back pain. Actually, no, that's the top feeling, back pain. Then exhaustion, always hungry,
Yeah.
very hormonal. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
to be expected.
That's true. Yeah.
Like I'd probably cry every day nowadays, right?
Yeah. Is there another? I know you obviously want me to ask you how are you feeling. Is there another question that I could do a better job of asking? Just to check in on you, make sure you're doing okay.
I think just like, what can I do to help you right now?
What can I do to help you right now?
Yeah, I could probably
Okay.
be better about asking that of you too.
Can I say this though? I think okay, and this is something that I can do better, but I think sometimes when I ask you what can I do to like be more helpful right now, I think you're almost just like you want me to just like do something without you having to tell me what it is, right?
yeah,
I
'cause
did
sometimes
ask you.
Sometimes you need me to hold your hand too much through. Like if I wish I could
Yeah.
just say something and then it happens, but then it's always like,
Yeah.
well, where's this? Where I'm like, have you looked?
But I think part of the reason I do that is sometimes you're very specific about the way that you like things done, and so I don't want to do something and then you not like the way that I do it.
I'm
So
pretty chill.
Yeah, for the most part, but there are some things like the way the dishwasher is loaded, for instance.
I didn't touch anything. I just ran it.
Okay.
So,
Oh, you did.
yeah,
So recently, like
and I emptied
there
it
was
out.
there was an issue with the dishwasher loading recently,
well,
and
I just don't think that it was loaded in the most practical way.
okay,
but
okay, that's fair.
I mean, you can do your way.
I think
can do
the
mine.
big way was actually it wasn't me. It was I think our sister-in-law who was watching Griffin put a sheet pan in the dishwasher, and usually we don't put the sheet pans in the dishwasher, but we left it in there. And how was that experience for you to leave the sheet pan in there?
It was freeing.
I'm pretty sure the sheet pan got very cleaned. Like that's a very clean sheet pan at this point.
I don't think they're supposed to, I don't think it's dishwasher safe though, to be honest.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know. You can put a lot of
It's a
crap in
really
the
old
dishwasher
pan.
that's not dishwasher safe, and it turns out okay. It's just those freaking Tupperware containers when they get melted. Like if you put them in, if the water's too hot and then it, like melts your Tupperware.
That's happened.
Yeah, that's
That
never
has
fun.
happened.
That's a bad day.
That is a bad day. Well, how are you feeling, Matt?
How am I feeling?
How has this pregnancy been for you?
I wasn't talking about being sick. I keep coughing on this podcast, by the way,
Yeah.
because I
It
feel like
lingers.
I can't. It's lingering. I can't get rid of the cough. But no, how am I feeling? I really believe that we have the best years ahead of us. I really do. Recently, I was envisioning like having another physical boy, and like in addition to Griffin, and that was just like the cutest thing ever. I was just thinking about like
I feel
having
like
both
he's
of them.
gonna be a replica of Griffin.
I think they're gonna look the same. I don't know why.
I think
I
so.
think they're gonna look the exact same. I think they're gonna look like their mom, and I yeah, I just think it's gonna be so cool for them to be buddies and to get to play together.
Yeah.
And they're gonna, I just think I can picture them like giggling together and tickling each other and just like playing sports and just doing everything together. And
But then some
it's
people
gonna
were
be so
commenting,
cute.
they're like, you think they're going to be best little friends, but they probably are going to be arch enemies.
That could also
What
happen.
if they fight?
We need to be
They're
aware of
gonna
that.
fight.
I'm sure they'll have a phase where they don't like each other. I think a lot of
Oh.
siblings have that. You had that with your brother. You and your brother hated each other for a
Yeah,
little bit.
we were head to head for a while.
But at this point, though, you're adults and you guys get along great.
I feel like usually people come around by the
Yeah.
time. Like, I feel like there's a silent truce that happens once you move out of the house.
Yeah.
And you're no longer living under the same roof. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
we're done here.
Totally.
We'll now be friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning
Yeah.
into this episode. We
Thank
are
you.
so excited to have 2 little boys.
And you guys are seriously so kind. Like, we were reading through some comments
Oh my
on the gender
gosh.
reveal videos recently. You guys, like, are seriously the best. We have the best people on these apps watching the videos, you know, a part of this community. It really means a lot, you guys. There's just too many nice comments to even count them all. It's insane.
It's really overwhelming, but it's very kind of you.
And it's good to know too, like as creators, something that every creator deals with is like getting negative comments here and there. And so like seeing the good is just like, oh my gosh, like it far outweighs the bad. And I kind of view, I don't know, I view our world that way too. I think if you like focus on the positive, you realize like there's so much good in the world. Because sometimes when you turn on the news, it's just you see so
Yeah,
much.
don't turn on the news.
Yeah, don't turn on the freaking news. Anyway, okay, we're getting off
Make sure
topic.
you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating.
Yeah, leave a review.
You
on.
want to do it?
Yeah, let's do a review.
Let's see. The first one is
We got 5 stars.
5 stars.
Hey!
In love. I love with the life and fun in this family.
Aw.
That's from Hazel.
I think Hazel left out a word or two, but Hazel, that really means a lot.
Well, thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time,
3, 2, 1, peace out, news.